Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling review series for the 9th of September, 1995. And they're trying to get, I think there's a new fall season aspect to this here, a new video and the like. And Man Mountain Rock, who otherwise known as Max Payne, is in there. And him kicking things off this week isn't exactly what the majority of fans wanted, but he does go at it with none other than Jean-Pierre Lafitte. Lafitte obviously headed towards and continuing his run with Bret Hart, and obviously Max Payne kind of holding the ropes for him as the kind of gateway to get him into something. I don't know that they ever did a bunch of house shows together. Obviously, Jean-Pierre Lafitte still around all these years later, 25 plus years later, as the PCO over on Impact Wrestling. And again, for those who haven't been around in a while, yes, I will be returning to the coverage of the current modern day 2022 product as well. But my schedule has been chaotic as of late. And the last 2 months kind of been in the cave. But anyhow, Irish Whips and other such things by Peterson, or otherwise known as Man Mountain Rock, and he gets driven into the canvas after running and missing his own clothesline. Sets himself up for failure, so to speak, and needless to say, the Pirate is raining down shot after shot on his adversary. He does manage to get the cannonball and the victory on Man Mountain Rock, which might be one of the final matches. Bret Hart and Jean-Pierre Lafitte are going to do battle at the In Your House thing over the stolen jacket, which, again, still a kid's mentality to the WWF in 1995. Doesn't really get us too terribly far there, but not everything can stick, I suppose. Shawn Michaels and Adam Bomb had gone toe-to-toe, but basically highlights of Shawn Michaels going at things, and Sid and Shawn Michaels are going to do battle. Sid basically has the backstory of being Shawn Michaels' former bodyguard just a few short months before here in 1995, and Sid says he's going to take the Intercontinental Championship away from Michaels. 1-2-3 Kid, who is starting to show a little bit of an edge here in September. Of course, turning heel in November. We will be covering that as well, but 1-2-3 Kid still in here and still a singles competitor thus far, although his run with Razor Ramon as a tag team competitor commences here pretty regularly, pretty consistently in the next little while. Dean Douglas, though, his opponent today, and Dean Douglas, of course, the teacher laureate of the WWF. Dean Douglas, basically not a solid fan here, or not having a lot of solid fans here. We see Douglas catching the 1-2-3 Kid with a couple of shots in the middle. We also see that the 1-2-3 Kid tries to drape Douglas over the middle rope on the inside, bringing him back into the ring. Douglas puts forth a couple of attempted maneuvers and tries to take the suplex from the outside, or from the inside out, and 1-2-3 Kid brings him back in with a suplex. Back to the inside, we see the Kid go to the outside, goes to the top rope where he is most at home, and ultimately misses a cannonball. 2 cannonballs in just about as many matches here in the last little while. Jean-Pierre Lafitte using a cannonball in his match. This time the 1-2-3 Kid is the babyface, missing his. Short and things that you normally don't see. Back to the headlocks in a very slow move, and really, Dean Douglas, I think, has had a couple of matches in WWF by this point, but this might be one of his television debuts, and in a non-vignette sort of way. Spinning neckbreaker by Douglas, and Douglas managing to continue to be on his game here. Takes the 1-2-3 Kid down and keeps him there. Tries to crank up on the chin locks and other very basic maneuvers, and needless to say, the 1-2-3 Kid is helped after the cheating of Douglas, gets him the victory Razor Ramon comes out, and that sets up the feud between those two individuals. And Goldust cuts another promo, basically says he's going to take over the WWF Hollywood movie lines from the beginning, and ultimately there we go. We see the tag team champions Yokozuna and the King of Hearts Owen Hart in an enhancement tag team match here as they get ready for the foray into the main event with Shawn Michaels and his tag team partner Diesel. Believe a modified couple of deep arm drags and ultimately a couple of tag offs with what looks to be maybe even a young Eric Watts in there with AC Connor, aka later D'Lo Brown, in a run, and Jim Cornette managing Owen Hart, known for that spinning wheel kick, really good kick as it were for him, and ultimately gets where he wants to go that way. They do the wishbone, do Yoko and Owen Hart. Owen Hart, terribly underrated. We actually would have liked to have seen him get a shot with the World Championship at a point, but that never fully comes together. Obviously, the Yoko squash gets him a victory there. Shawn Michaels is out next, and he is dancing and prancing around, talking about being in a match with Tatanka here. This must be the September sweeps. Tatanka takes over on Michaels. Tatanka certainly bloated here in 1995, and it shows. Michaels, though, does manage to fire back at the right time, goes to the top rope, gets the crossbody from the top, and the body slam, the nip up, the elbow. At one point, Tatanka does manage to hit the Samoan drop, gets a near fall there. Tatanka is kept to look credible, more so because Michaels and he are contemporaries, and Michaels can make anybody look good. What's interesting is they get more out of this match than would be expected. What's also interesting is in less than 2.5 years, Tatanka has really kind of worn out his welcome after the major push that he had. Just think about that. WrestleMania 9, they are in the opening match for the Intercontinental Championship, and Tatanka has really fallen off here. Just interesting how short term a run in wrestling can be unless you're a main event guy. Michaels, though, does take his man down, hits the top rope elbow among the super kick, and is your retaining and returning Intercontinental Champion. Michaels once again types up the tag teaming with Diesel returning. Then we kind of see the nature of things there. Sid wants to take out Shawn Michaels at the In Your House. They're hyping the angle between the two of them that's never really finished off. And we close on that note. We'll be back with more right after this.